What have I come to terms with? Wow. The possibility, I've never been married. The possibility that I never will find somebody. It's been developing over years because I took care of my mom, before she passed, and it was like 14 years. She had dementia. And I never knew she'd, survive that long, or I didn't know, and how that would go when I decided to become her caregiver. I think it was during that time that I relegated myself to the possibility that I may, not find somebody. And so many years went by, and she passed in December. It's now August. So many years have gone by that now I think, okay, well, am I gonna be alone? Or maybe I'll find somebody? I don't know.
Probably that I'll never be happy.
I'm
Don't
with you, girl.
laugh.
I'm so with you on that.
I think I'm just always, every day you wake up and you go about your day, but the constant, what's gonna make me happy, and even if I do things, I travel, I have my kids, I have everything I want, but I still feel unhappy. And you have a partner like my husband, he's always telling me, you're not gonna be happy. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why do you want that? You're still not gonna be happy. And then you get the new kitchen, or you get the new plastic surgery, you get the boobs, and a month later you're still walking around with your face made up because I'm still unhappy. But I have everything. I'm not sick. I don't have any ailments. My family's happy. We're comfortable, but why am I unhappy? Why can't, what I want I think is unattainable. And I think that somehow I have to learn to create my own happiness.
What's something you finally come to terms with?
Racism. One time when we tried go to Tijuana, the border patrol told me jump the hill. It's immigration patrol. And I feel really bad because I can't believe leaving one line divide Mexico with US, and it's a lot of racism. For me, after 15 years living here, I feel comfort because every day you see the racism. Every day is different people. I work in the casino. I have with Chinese people, African people, a lot of people diverse in other countries. In my job, I see the racism, my co-workers too.
So your co-workers are diverse and you all feel racist towards you?
After how many years I'm here, I feel good.
It doesn't bother you?
It doesn't bother me anymore.
So that's what you mean by you finally come to terms with it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I come out of a cult, so I guess I just came out of terms that even if you lose loved ones because of something that you believe, like strongly believe in, that it's not good for you or safe for you, it's okay. It was just literally my mom, my sisters, my brothers, people that I grew up with, and it was hard on me, but I came to terms with it already. My kids were born and raised in there, but I gave them the choice. I never had the choice. I was forced into it. And I left at 40, I'm 45, and I feel that I'm barely learning how to live.
I've come to terms that I'm an alcoholic. I went to a meeting this morning, an AA meeting, and I spilled out my heart in front of all these guys, and I'm not 100% convinced that I'm an alcoholic. I don't think I ever will be, but I'm closer to that reality than I was yesterday. And I'm at peace with that, and it's a peace that I can't put my finger on, it's something sublime.
Something I finally come to terms with is probably just like looks, face, body, everything. I guess accepting that it's gonna change. I'm gonna get skinnier and bigger, and I'm gonna get older, and my hair's gonna get frizzier, maybe deader, stuff like that. And I guess I finally come to terms with that, like, none of that really matters at all. I have a lot of scars and big pores and things that are never gonna change, but that doesn't affect anything at all. So I guess I finally come to terms with that I'm more than what I look like. My soul is what's really roaming this earth.
Probably that, like, not everybody's gonna like me.
And
No.
what made you come to terms with that?
School. I don't have friends.
Oh.
But it's fine. I have family and stuff like that, and my boyfriend, so that's good. But yeah.
What's something you finally come to terms with?
Losing my vision. I had a stroke, and the blood clot went behind my eye instead of to my brain. So maybe I'm lucky, but I lost the vision. Acceptance is always something that makes you feel better, And it turned out to be okay. Everything's fine.
Nothing. I'm still in denial. Yeah. I don't like thinking about stuff. Yeah. It'll take care of its own in the future. I don't know. I don't like to think about the future. Like, it makes me very anxious. Thinking of failure for me is just like a no-go. I'm always positive. I always try to stay positive. So I haven't come to terms with anything. It will always work out eventually.
Yeah, you know what? Like in a personal matter, a very personal matter, I have a 20-year-old daughter that's in school, and I thought we were very, very, very close to each other. And she went away to college, and I never hear from her. I just never do. I've come to terms with that, realizing that I'm a father. And daughters and sons like me, when I was 20 years old, I would go to my mother. I would never talk to my father like I would talk to my mother. And so it's just part of, I think it might be part of human nature, or part of the family dynamic. But it took me a while to, I had to ask a lot of people about that in order to come to terms with it.
That I lie to myself a lot. Yeah, I pretend that I do certain things because I like to do them, but actually it's just because my friends or the group that surrounds me, consider them that they are right, but I think sometimes they are not. So it's more like just to fit, Yeah.
I think recently I've come to terms with the fact that I am shy and more antisocial and introverted, and that I don't need to always kind of put myself out there and put myself in more uncomfortable situations just to kind of fit in and be more extroverted.
Okay, I recently just went through a breakup, a few days ago. I'm shaking. It's okay to let people go. To let yourself find happiness and to grow, you gotta let people go. Yeah, that's the best it's gonna get.
I'm 56 years old now, and I realized suddenly, last year, that my very good friends are not very good friends. I thought I would never accepted it. I was so angry. I was losing all my it's like a tree. You are losing your feet or your branch, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I realize and that I accepted it, honestly, I feel so good. But to wait 56 to do that, I think it's a shame. I should have done it before. This is it.
I think the finality of life, that you can't have life without it having an end. And at this age, I'm about to turn 88, and I think I've come to terms pretty much with the finality of life and its ending. I'm not so crazy about the process of ending because it's not too comfortable, but I'm happy with life and I'm okay with its end.
I've finally come to terms with the fact that I'm not always right. And I often have to stop and think, is this one of those moments? I have already raised my daughter and started over by adopting 2 little ones. So I kind of got a second chance to not be right. It feels good.
Okay, I think something that I have come to terms with, finally, is that very few people in this world truly care about you. I think that we go through life growing up being assisted in a lot of things, and we mistake that for people actually caring about what we have to say or about just us in general. But then when you become an adult, I think you realize that that's not really the case. It was all just to help you get here. And now that now that you're fully grown, you realize, well, I think you got your parents if you're lucky, and you got your siblings also if you're lucky. Beyond that, if you have more people than that who like truly do care about you, like I said, you can consider yourself very lucky. Coming to terms with that wasn't easy, but yeah, I find it to be true.
I want you to kind of reverse that. Do you feel that from your side too? Do you only care about your siblings or your parents and very few friends?
Yes, I think people are centric. I wouldn't describe humans as selfish. I would describe them as centric, in that your needs come first, and then once your needs are met, then you start thinking about the needs of people who are close to you. And then beyond that, I think your capacity to care about strangers is much more limited than we'd all like to believe.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. I'll be posting bonus footage from this episode on my Patreon. That means more answers and extended cuts of each answer. If you want to see it, you can sign up. I'll have it linked in my description. And if I ever do follow-ups on the people you see in this episode, that'll be on my Patreon as well. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.